the news.
Hi, I'm Tessa with Brainrot News with a few bits of news for you to choke on from March 17th. It's a great day to be a bigot in Kentucky, where the Republican-controlled legislature has decided that banning conversion therapy was just too progressive. That's right, folks. While the rest of the civilized world recognizes that torturing LGBTQ+ children into hating themselves is a human rights violation, Kentucky Republicans have bravely stepped up to say, actually, let's keep doing that. Democratic Governor Andy Beshear had previously banned conversion therapy, but the GOP, in a move that can best be described as violence in legislative form, steamrolled over him with a veto-proof majority. As a bonus, they also made sure Medicaid can't cover gender-affirming health care, because why stop at psychological abuse when you can also deny medical care? In a separate but equal dystopian measure, the Kentucky House also voted to deny gender-affirming health care to incarcerated transgender individuals. You know, because suffering is apparently the official state religion. If this all sounds like a bunch of gleeful cruelty wrapped in the language of morality, that's because it is. Republicans don't give a single damn about protecting children. If they did, they'd do something about gun violence, the crumbling schools, the poverty, or the complete lack of healthcare. But no, their priority is making sure LGBTQ+ people suffer, because suffering is the point. Mark Carney, Canada's new Prime Minister, has begun his international Please Save Us from America tour, stopping in London and Paris to strengthen alliances with European nations. Why? Because Donald Trump has decided to treat Canada like an ex-boyfriend, threatening tariffs, spewing unhinged annexation fantasies, and generally acting like the US is entitled to its northern neighbor. Apparently, the very existence of Canada is now an affront to Trump's ego, and he's been floating the idea of economic punishment until Canada learns to behave. Canadian nationalism has surged in response, because if there's one thing that unites people, it's the looming threat of becoming the 51st state under a fascist regime. Carney is also planning a visit to the Arctic to remind Russia that no, they don't get to just waltz in and start taking land, even if Putin and Trump are in a serious bromance. Considering Trump's foreign policy strategy is let Putin do whatever, Canada might have to start looking into missile defense systems sooner rather than later. Over in North Carolina, Republican Rep Chuck Edwards tried to hold a town hall in Asheville, a city that leans blue. It went about as well as you'd expect. Over 1,000 protesters gathered outside, while inside, Edwards was grilled on everything from Trump's disastrous handling of Hurricane Helene to the GOP's attempts to dismantle FEMA. The crowd was not here for the usual talking points. Edwards spent most of the evening looking like he was deeply regretting his career choices. To his credit, at least he had the courage to show up, unlike many of his Republican colleagues who avoid constituents like they're trying to dodge a subpoena. Over in Wyoming, Representative Harriet Hageman's town hall was a MAGA love fest, because of course it was. The biggest concern raised? Whether Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency is doing enough to eliminate the deep state. Nothing says small government like handing